What's up, guys? Pebbu here. Today we're going to go ahead and play some Bow Spleef while I enchant you all with my wonderful storytelling. This time I'm going to talk about a little bit about when I lived in Brazil. That's right, you heard it first from me. Pebbu used to live in Brazil. It was right after high school, fun, young decisions, and I lived there for a couple of years, and it was actually a really good time. Learned a lot of cool things about how the world works. Also, how lucky I was to live in the United States of America. But Brazil is amazing, and while I was there, I actually had the chance to try this Peruvian pepper. It's like a hot sauce, alright? I don't know how it was made, I don't know what was in it, but this thing was fire from down below, okay? Like, I'm talking serious burning, alright? So anyway, they eat rice and beans with pretty much everything down there. And I'm sitting at this family's house. We're having lunch together, and this lady comes in. She's from Peru, right? So she brings in this really hot sauce, and she's like, "Hey, I dare you to try this." And I'm like, "Oh, okay," because you know me, I was young and stupid and still learning how the world works. I didn't know that people could trick me in such a vile, evil way. So I go ahead, with all the confidence in the world, because I've had my fair share of jalapenos being from California, Mexican food. That's kind of what we do there. So I have all the false confidence in the world that's possibly available. I take the hot sauce and I start pouring it over my rice. And as soon as about 3 or 4 drops fall, she starts to freak out and she's like, "No, stop, what have you done?" And so I'm like, "What? Is it that bad?" Well, yes. Yes, it's that bad. In fact, it was so bad that after a few bites, I started sweating profusely, okay? I'm not talking about like a little damp. I mean, I was dripping sweat from my face, and I must have been so red. My mouth was on fire. I thought I was dying, okay? This was like call 911 death type deal. So, oh, we're about to go. So, yeah, I'm sitting there sweating my face off into my rice bowl, and I go to wipe the sweat from my brow, only to realize that some of the hot sauce from the bottle, whoa, what just happened, had gotten onto my hand. And so I ended up wiping the hot sauce onto my face. And then my face started burning, and then it got in my eyes, and it was a bad situation, okay? Just trust me on that one. It was not good. It was really terrible. I thought I was done for. Luckily, they did have a sink that I went to and spent the next hour washing my face and crying my eyes out into it. Yeah, so that was a good time, you know. There was another time. So tarantulas, bugs is South America, right? I mean, there's bugs everywhere. There's big spiders. And while I was down there, people kept telling me, "Watch out for the tarantulas, Pebbu, because they'll get you. They're always watching." And so here I am, me, little young Pebbu. Oh boy, almost just died. Young Pebbu, only a couple of years younger than I am now. I think at the time I was like 20, 21. And so I'm sitting there. Whoa, okay. I'm sitting there just dying of fear for tarantulas, only to find out that the whole 2 years go by while I'm there, and I never see a single tarantula. Not once, mind you. And I'd seen spiders, that was pretty normal, but I never once saw a single tarantula the whole 2 years I was there. Okay, now I'm getting on the last little stretch before I come home. All right, I'm preparing to come home, and it's the last little bit. And one of my buddies gets out there, and he's brand new, so I'm just trying to scare him a little bit, get him on edge a bit, you know how it is. Oh boy, great. So I'm just trying to scare the guy. And, oh, we got second place. That's not bad. In fact, that's mildly acceptable for views. Bring in the views. Pebbu's getting second, soon to be first. So I'm scaring this buddy of mine. And I'm like, "Dude, tarantulas, they'll get you. Watch out. All right, they're everywhere." And so he's a little scared. I kid you not. His first night, he goes into the shower and he comes running out screaming. Okay? He's like, "Ah, there's something in there." And so we walk back in, and the way that shower drains work down there, it's quite literally just a hole in the ground with a little grate over the top. And this grate, it's got just holes in it. So I walk in, I look in the shower, and I see these little stick things poking up out of these holes, and I'm like, well, what is that? That looks like legs or hairy sticks. So we remove the grate, and sure enough, there's a tarantula in the shower drain. I don't know how it got there. It must have swam up the pipe, or I don't know. Maybe it lived its whole life there. That was its home. Maybe it was born there. An egg washed down our drain. But anyway, regardless, this thing was massive, and it was giving me that evil eye. You know the look. You know that look. The one where it says, I see you, and I'm going to eat you. Okay? So we get that look from the tarantula. I look at him, he looks at me, and we're like, nope, get the bleach, get the flamethrowers, get the nukes. We're killing this guy. So we bury this thing in bleach, we just douse it, and it's just foaming at this point, and it's coming after us. It's just chasing every which way. And this thing is massive. It's bigger than my hand. And so then like I said flamethrower. I wasn't kidding. Okay, we got hairspray, we got a lighter, and we lit that sucker up. And he just burned right there in the shower. So that's the tarantula story. I mean, they are to be feared. Passive aggressive? I don't think so. This thing was out for a bloodlust. It had tasted human flesh once apparently, and it got, once it had it needed it again. So that's an always going to happen thing. It would have been a constant danger. Not to be confused with my pet spider that I had while I was down there. Her name was Jennifer. I found her in my suitcase, and I was going to kill her, and then I discovered that she actually only had 6 legs, and I was like, well, crap, she's handicapped. She is literally disabled. That would make me a monster if I kill a disabled woman who's probably a single mother as well. So instead, I got a thing of Tupperware, and I'm like, you know what? You're going to live with me. I'm going to make you a wonderful home, and I'm going to take care of you. All right? So I set up this awesome little terrarium inside of this Tupperware, and once I get it all set up, no. Once I get it now, okay, that's it. Once I get the whole thing set up, she's hanging out, I'm hanging out, we're just having a good old time. My buddy comes back and he's like, hey, what's with this thing of dirt on our table? And just starts shaking it profusely. And he murdered her. She was buried in the home that I created. Really unfortunate turn of events. I had her for about a month, I think, before that happened. But it was a month of well-loved treatment. She was a friend, not a pet. She was company. And it ended pretty badly, I'd say. So we did that, and got back from Brazil, decided to do the whole military thing, and it's been a trip. Now I'm living in Japan, living the dream. I'm a traveler of the world, just hanging out with my friends, having a good old time, playing some Minecraft, because, while people actually care about things like, having a girlfriend, having fun, having friends in real life, I'm caring about what really matters, okay? I know the priorities, I know what they should be, and I think I'd know if I was a little skewed, okay? I know what I'm doing. I know what my priorities are. This is it for me. So yeah, that's we're going to call it there for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Tune in next time. Make sure you like, subscribe, do it, or I'll find you and I'll feed you to the tarantula, okay? Subscribe, I mean it. It gives me the satisfaction of knowing that these videos are making it to somebody somewhere maybe is finding this entertaining. Do it. Bye.